Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is August 2nd, and backed by popular demand is this plan of attack. If you're not sure what this is and you're new to our community, by all means, I have a whole bunch of these little videos on my YouTube channel, and it's basically my plan for today, how I am looking to trade ES, so the S&P 500 futures options or SPX options. You can do it either way. I will be doing it in ES futures because as I am now the small account guy, it's a way to get around the PDT rule. So that's something I'll be doing, but the same concept applies. You just do an SPX if you have a bigger account and you don't have to worry about that. But let's go ahead and see kind of what I'm thinking today. So first off, I really feel I get an edge on this type of trading just by forecasting how I anticipate today's candle to close. So if I'm anticipating how actually stand by before I go that far, let's see if there's any economic data we need to worry about. Let's see, ADP, non-farm employment change, or as that came out, and it doesn't seem like the market cared. All right, cool. So nothing today, and then tomorrow unemployment claims. Okay, so we'll worry about tomorrow when tomorrow comes. All right, but for today, everything else is out of the way. And yes, I meant to rhyme that. Okay, so diving back in. All right, so first off, I'll explain what this orange box is here in a minute. But so the ES, we've rallied up. We've been consolidating here, right? Like I've mentioned on, if you've seen my my weekend prep that I posted on Sunday afternoon, talking about how I expected us to consolidate up here. Well, we're consolidating, and as far as today goes, we're right down to kind of support. So we have price action support, which is this little base right here, where you can see we basically bounced up every single time. Now today, or we also pre-market have tapped the 20 SMA. So I'm kind of thinking, not getting overly directionally, I'm kind of thinking Iron Condor for today, to be quite honest. Simply being because we gapped down to support, we're bouncing, and I'm anticipating price to hold. So as I talked about, I get my edge in forecasting today's candle. I'm actually kind of expecting the candle to close how it looks right now. Not really going up, not really going down. I, at the moment, don't anticipate taking out the highs unless for some reason earnings comes out after the morning from some type of stock that will push price up. But at the moment, I'm kind of expecting it to close as it looks right now. So that being said, let's go ahead and pull up my version of quick hits. So I do have this orange box, and it says I'm going to explain to you what it is. So here are my monthly volume profiles. If you don't know what a volume profile is, I do have a video that talks about it a little bit, and I'll just go ahead and throw it up at the top of the screen for you if you wish to watch that later. But basically, it's this grayed box right here, and this blue line is the point of control for the month. This is where the most volume and price that has occurred. And we actually danced around it quite a bit yesterday, which I was shocked we broke it. But there was news that drove it lower today. So I basically, as far as the box goes, so like what is it? I shade out my boxes. Oh, I messed with this earlier. Let me fix this back real quick. So top left, I want to move this back a little bit. I'll go to the beginning of June. Bam. So what does this do? So what this is I boxed out that little peak right here, and then it encompasses this entire point of control, this node right here, right? So this is basically volume resistance at the moment. It is volume support. Yesterday, we broke below, and now we're coming up to and testing. Now it's going to be volume resistance. So that's just on the 30-minute timer. That's a big picture, right? So big picture, we are underneath that level there. Zoom in a little bit here so we can look at the 30-minute time frame. Okay, so we have rallied up to that monthly point of control here, and it's also kind of lining up or we got close to it, but the daily point of control, we rallied right up to the daily point of control since last night's open. And what kind of has me like thinking here is, okay, so we had the gap down on news, price flushed, we went down, kissed that 20 SMA, went outside of the hourly 30 ATR, We rallied up to point of control, and now we're starting to get pivots to the downside. So as of right now, this is setting up for a decent call credit spread, right? So if price right here does hold, it could roll back down, but I'm kind of anticipating at the moment the story could change and unfold, but I'm kind of expecting maybe a lower high and then potentially higher. And the real reason for that is because big picture, we're kind of right here is support, right? You got to remember right here is that daily 20 SMA. There's price support. There's support here is outside of the hourly third ATR. So I'm kind of thinking, okay, right now a fill, and then we'll push back up. So if that's the case, why do I think Iron Condor? So I don't think we're going to take out the bottom. You could do a call credit spread, but I also kind of think we're not really going to skyrocket higher either. So if we're not going to skyrocket higher, the reason I don't think we're going to skyrocket higher, we have last month's point of control level here. We have the 8 EMA and 5 EMA above us, which is all right here. We have the 60-minute 50 EMA right here. So if price does hold and wish to go higher, I just don't think we're going to skyrocket higher. So maybe a bullishly skewed iron fly, maybe a bullishly skewed iron condor, whatever flavor you like. But I don't think at the moment we're going to take out the lows, but I also don't think we're going to take out the highs and fill the gap on the ES. Could be dead wrong, but that's kind of how I'm looking at it now. And then as far as how I place the trade, when it's time to enter is going to vary on how it's looking at the when I'm looking to take entry. So that's kind of my thought right now. Kind of thinking bullishly skewed on Condor. But okay, so when am I going to take action? Really, I would like price to. I don't really like the idea of playing the short side simply because of the support here, and we're already at the entry zone. Like I would already like to be an entry here, but I'm going to go ahead and wait because that's I'm looking for the flush lower here, but it looks like the flush again is going to happen before the market opens, and I'm expecting it to make a lower high about here, and then we'll kind of go up from there. So what I'm going to look for entry for this Iron Condor, what I'm going to look for really is if we make a higher low and we reclaim VWAP and the 30-minute 21 EMA, and we start to have rotations up to the upside. Now, if we do, that's when I'll put on a bullishly skewed Iron Fly or bullishly skewed Iron Condor, whatever one I'm looking for at the moment. Looking for price to chop around to the upside. Now, if price gets rejected here and we flush lower and we just keep on going, say we come back down right here, but we come up here and we get trend rotations again back to the downside, I'll probably look to short it with a call credit spread. But that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Iron Condor, you may even be okay with doing delta neutral, meaning a symmetric Iron Condor, like say a delta 10 wide Iron Condor, and see what happens. But that's kind of what I'm viewing right now because I don't. And here's the daily 21 EMA. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Kind of a tricky spot. Like we're sandwiched between moving averages, interesting little flush, but kind of looking for price to kind of go higher. So I am thinking Iron Condor today versus getting a little bit more directional. Could be dead wrong, could be the wrong play, but hey, that's trading, right? But that is all I have for y'all. Hope you found this video helpful. And just for a quick recap, why I'm looking for an Iron Condor is really because I don't think we're going to take out the lows, and I don't think we're going to skyrocket higher today. So now you just have to wait and nail your entry and honor your risk parameters and let it all unfold. But that is all I have for y'all. Like I said this morning, hope everyone has an awesome day. If you do end up taking a 0 DTE trade today, let me know how you do. I would like to hear how everyone's performance played out. But now that I do not have to take my kids so far to school, now that they're at a different school, I'll probably look to start doing these more often. But everyone, like I said, have a great and profitable day, and I will see y'all again tomorrow. Take care.